Hey there, everyone. It's been a while. So, I've been gone for a bit, and to those who are just starting here on the channel, welcome. My name is Link. It's a pleasure. For those who have not, welcome to my corner of the internet, where I would do things like react to video game music. And for the last little while, I've been away. I mentioned that I would come back time and time again, but stuff just kept coming up. So I wanted to take some time to clear that up for you. Um, I guess to get it started, where have I been? Suffering. I have been suffering, yes. And I don't mean physically. Well, physically is like a very tiny portion of it, but financially, mentally, um, physically, I've been suffering in all senses of the word. And the biggest answer to why I never came back was anxiety. I, over the last few years, have developed a severe case of anxiety. Like, I've always had it, but it kind of shot up in the last few years, and that says a lot. Um, I say suffering mentally because I would literally have some days where, honestly, if you are familiar with mental health and you know the toll it can take on one's body physically after being in a mental state, there were days where I would literally never leave my room. I would get up, use the washroom if I could, and some days I couldn't even just get up. I would literally just wake up, try to get out of bed, or at least do my best to get out of bed because I don't try anymore. I make efforts. So I would make the effort to get out of bed, and then I would sleep. Uh, if I couldn't get out of bed, that was it. That was me for the day. I was done. And it continued like this for a while. I had run into a lot of issues. I lost my job uh, twice over in that time. I did my best, and sometimes you can do your best, and it's still not enough for some people. So I had to just come to terms with that, right? But I will get into the good news, I guess, in a little bit more. But I think while going through all of this, I had to sit and acknowledge that there were things out of my control. There were things that were going on. There were things that I needed to change, at least for myself. Because if I didn't change those things, I didn't know where I would be, where I would go, or where I would end up. So we started doing all of that. We started making all those things happen. And I've dealt with a lot. I've lost connections with friends. I've lost connections with family. I've lost family, like a lot of family. And, you know, these didn't add to the list of growing situations and growing feelings and growing transgressions. Um, I I went into a like set of financial poverty for a while too. So I was gone. Like, I was legitimately gone. I had to essentially do my best to work my way up. And luckily, I did have people who were willing to help me out. And even if it didn't help out enough, it did something. And whether it was put food on my plate for about a few days or so, if I had to become the literal ramen guy, I would do it. That's just the nature. So those things happened, and obviously, um, when stuff started getting worse, my videos took a hit. They took a hit at the worst time because as people were seeing, I was starting to steadily gain traction on my videos. I was putting out videos for people to enjoy. I was putting out videos that I was reacting to for the first time, music I was reacting to for the first time, giving uh, a musician's perspective on things at the same time. I was doing all those things because I thought that people would want that sort of thing, and it would make people happy if I did it. And it did. But things came up. And then, as I thought I was coming back, something pulled me away again. Life's like that. Life will pull you at any given shape or turn. And that is just unfortunate, but I made the most of what I had. I made the most of a bad situation, and granted, I'm still in a bad situation, but we persevere. You know, ball up top. Um, so that's where I've been. What have I done? Well, this is where some of the good news starts to come in. I spent my time going back to school. I went to school for a while. The last year or so, I've been back in school, and I've done a lot in that time. I've met amazing people, I've met amazing friends, made invaluable connections I could never have seen myself doing. And to go through two career changes really put me in a weird spot. And so I said, we're going back to the drawing board. I went back to school. I went back to school. Uh, I am now in that time. I became a 5-time alumni. I wanted to make it five at least. I think, but I wanted to be at least become a 4-time alumni. I made 4 times. I'm not editing this. Y'all know me. If you've been here, I do things in one take, so I'm not editing that. 4-time alumni. I did what I needed to do, and one of my teachers invited me to a retreat. I went to that retreat. I made more connections, more people, more friends. Uh, it was an experience I probably won't ever live down. And my friends, my teachers, my associates, the people I've helped, it's been a lot. That's just, and it's crazy? That's all just one thing. Like, obviously, there were several little caveats to that, but that was literally just one thing. And, you know, y'all are gonna end up seeing this at some point, and I thought about putting music over this, and then I chose not to because I feel like I thought about putting music over it, and then I decided no. I thought about putting video game footage over my face. I also said no. I'm deciding no now. But back to what I was saying. I made a lot of connections. Those connections were invaluable. And you're probably thinking, what did I do for school? And that leads me to the third point of this section, I guess. And it was, I became a voice actor. Honestly, I became a voice actor. That's also why my voice sounds different. It taught me a lot of things about myself I didn't think I'd know. And one of the biggest things was I would always talk like this. Like, this is how I always talk to you guys. This is how you always see me react. And there's a lot of high energy in that voice. I was never like that. If you notice, there's a reason why I'm always talking this low, because I'm normally a soft-spoken person. I would talk louder so people could hear me. While I was at that retreat, a few people said to me, wow, you sound so different. It took me a few days, because I was there for 4 days. It took me a couple of days, but they said, you sound so much more different than when you first came here. And I said, this is how I sound normally. When I don't have to raise my voice for anybody, I sound like this on a normal basis. So that gives people a little bit of a look into how I sound. And, it gives you, the viewers, a little bit of a look into how I sound. So, hi. If you've never heard this voice before, congratulations. You get to hear it now. So, yeah, that's, I've been a voice actor for some time, mostly indie projects. If you catch some fan projects floating around, I was in those too. They're mostly small scale, but I think my favorite one, I'm gonna shout out my director on this one, was if you've ever seen The Emergence of a Prime, that is a stop motion Transformers video. I played Hot Rod in that. I loved that role. That role is so fun. It had very Robot Chicken vibes, but at the same time, it had like the same comedy you'd expect from Transformers. So I vibed with that a lot, right? I've been in a couple of independent animation exhibitions, and honestly, I recently, while these were straight up just fan projects, uh, because I'm still in the fighting game community to some degree, I end up with talking with some modders in the Marvel 3 community. You know, the fun fact, I used to play Marvel 3, not as competitively as most people would want me to, but I was a little bit of an online warrior. And, you know, people understood that, and I have reached out to some people, and they reached out to me, and thank you, Kevin Ha, for even giving me the opportunity to do this. But I voiced War Machine. For his tournament build of the modded Marvel game. So I voiced War Machine in there, and another modder by the name of Shuma, I voice his character of Carter Slade. You know, actually like the the movie Ghost Rider's Carter Slade. I voice him. By hook or crook, like I actually voice him. So you know, and I also like I guess I say by hook or crook, but like I sit there because you know I like my Sam Elliott, but I sit there and I didn't do War Machine. Now I'm like more than man, more than machine. Like I do both. I just wanted to give you both of them just so you understand. Like this is you can put a face to the voice, right? And now I'm just gonna not get into this part a little deeply, so I'm gonna stop it here, and we're gonna get to the last part. What is to become of my content? Simply put, this is patent pending. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna make a comeback. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Blah 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 blah." I'm gonna give you guys a concrete time frame, and it's gonna look a little weird, but this is just to get myself in the swing of things, to get myself a flow. Um, Starting February, 1 to 2 videos a month. I'm just getting straight to the point. 1 to 2 videos a month. They may have like we may have a solo, we may have a double feature within each of those videos. The reason why is because over the last like I never forgot about the channel, and I think that's very important to know. I never forgot about the channel, and there's a lot of music I haven't listened to, like a lot of music I haven't listened to, and I feel like that I should have listened to that music, but I didn't want to because what would be the point of the local hero reacts to VGM if I listened to the VGM ahead of time? Right? What if I listen to it ahead of time, nothing happens, right? I essentially kill my own channel, and I don't like lying to the audience, so I would rather listen with you. I'd rather you see my genuine reactions. I go back and look at some of my videos, and I smile because I'm just like, wow, like I feel like how you guys feel. Because it's one thing for me to react. I can't see my face while I'm doing the reaction. And I don't go back and look over the video. Like I said, this all happens in one take. So once that take is done, I upload it. So there you go. Y'all get to see it firsthand. And then whenever I go back and I look at those videos, I sit there and I'm like, man, I was really enjoying myself watching these videos, talking about music. I loved doing that. I want to keep doing it. So in the back of my mind, I'm still here. I'm like, this game just came out, and this game just came out, and this game just came out. I still haven't even, like, I need you to understand. I haven't even played Hades. And yet there's music in Hades I want to listen to. But I didn't want to do it alone. I wanted to do it with the community and the community I was building up, or in the community I want to build up. So, starting February, 1 to 2 videos every month. I want that to happen. I'm going to hold myself to it. And honestly, I feel like saying that I was going to come back every now and again, it always lets me down. And I let myself down a lot. And I more than anybody else, I let myself down. And there is, because fun fact, I didn't do this alone. And there is somebody who helped me make this decision. And I didn't do that. Honestly, I don't even care where this ends up making me lead. I'm still financially struggling. I'm still looking for work as a voice actor now, as because I'm self-employed. But wherever the road leads, I don't care where it takes me. Once I made the jump to become a voice actor, just an actor in general, I never cared about where the ground was. I just kept falling. How I get used to the fall is how I enjoy myself. I've had so much fun in the last little bit than I've had in my entire life. It took me so much to make this video. It took me a lot of energy, a lot of time. And what really made the videos, because somebody asked me, when are you coming back? And around the same time, I went onto YouTube, I was looking at a video, and then I saw a comment pop up and it said, hey, when are you coming back? I felt bad. I legitimately felt bad. That was a few days ago. I sat on the idea for so long, and then somebody asked the question that somebody else asked me, and I realized that anxiety be damned, I got to put my best foot forward. So, this is what this video is for. Thank you to everybody who had supported me through this time. Thank you to those who would want to support me. And genuinely, if you do want to support me, I guess I'll put a link to my PayPal or something in the comments, or not in the comments, in the description. But if you want to support me there, go ahead. I don't do much, but I want to be able to do more in the future with y'all. So, shoot, let's keep reacting. I still want to be your hero. It's as cliche as that sounds. I still want to be your hero. So, yeah. I hope y'all have yourselves a damn good one. Let's start 2025 right. Hold me to my shit, please. Oh my god. But literally, no. Let's do 2025 right. Whether it be to yourself, to me, to your loved ones. Let's do this right. Have yourselves a damn good